If you've heard of Usborne Books and More before, you've probably heard about our nonfiction, and this release for fall 2019 is no different. We've got tons of awesome nonfiction, some things I'm really excited about that you guys have asked for and that we finally have. We have several books now on babies, or for answering questions about where do babies come from and stuff. This is a Lift the Flap First Questions and Answers book. Which you can see it breaks down into who, what, when, where, why for your younger kiddos. And then this is a brand new release I'm really excited about. Don't know if you guys can tell that I'm actually pretty pregnant myself, so we've been reading these a lot at home. This is How Big Is Our Baby? I love that it says our baby because it really includes the kiddos in this. But you can see that this book has every single month comparatives to what the size and the fruit and what's going on inside. It's just an adorable book. One thing I think is really funny is at the end of this book it says, at 9 months, how can you help your mom because she's really tired? I'm like, I'm there. So let's talk more about that. But anyway, I digress. It's a great book if you need to talk to your kids about new babies coming or if they're curious. We also have some great new books about feelings. I have been waiting for these books for a really long time. Because my background is in therapy and I work with kids. So these are great. Again, this is a Lift the Flap First Questions and Answers. What makes me happy? This is great for helping identify what emotions are, what they look like. It's really fun because kids can pick the flaps. It uses animals. Just a great all-around book and a tool to talk to kids about feelings. And then we also have this one. This is another great one. This is also a brand new release. And you can see that this one also talks about feelings, what it means to feel heavy or cold or excited or whatever that might be. This one goes into a little more explanations for slightly older kids, I think. But again, it's great for just talking to your kids about feelings. This one's a little more conceptual because it talks about like colors and what they mean in terms of feelings. In a similar way, we also have this all about families. This is great because, of course, we know that not all families look alike. And kids are curious. They want to know, like, oh, well, why does this family look different than mine? So this talks about all different types of structures of families. If you're building your family in what we would consider a more non-traditional way, like through foster or adoption, then go you. I think that's awesome. And I think this is a great book for talking to kids about that as well. If you have a dinosaur fan, this is an awesome book. I can barely fit it on the page because it's huge. This is Life-Size Dinosaurs. We have a life-size animals, and now we have this one. And what's fun is that this actually shows you what the size of certain animals are, so you can compare, like, whoa, that's the actual claw of a dinosaur. That's what it would look like. Super fun. Kids can get a concept of the size of these dinosaurs. We have a lot of nature books that have come out. You guys might have seen a lot of our beginners nonfiction. These are great. We have these on like tons of topics. Volcanoes and weather and then all kinds of animals. This is great for your just beginner reader who's building a library because it's got beautiful illustrations. These are also $4.99, so can't beat that. But Ponds is new for fall 2019. We've got Lift the Flap Nature. This is actually for younger kids because you've got like a search and find here where you have to actually find the different animals for the different seasons or find them and match them to the inside here. Super fun. For older kids, like school age and above, we have Lift the Flap Bugs and Butterflies. Really beautiful book that talks all about different facts about bugs, but not in a scary way. Really pretty. This is a favorite in my home currently. My kids, especially my son, is really into space. This is the Usborne Book of the Moon. It's a really pretty book. And one thing I really like about it is that it talks about the moon and it goes through like different phases of the moon. I can find that for you. There you go. But it also has history about the moon, and it has stories and folklore about different cultures and what they thought about the moon. So it's got a lot of different elements to it that are really interesting, not just facts. If you're into supernatural stuff, which I kind of am, my husband kind of is, the Real Life Mysteries is a great choice. This addresses a lot of strange things that have happened over the years. Now we're getting into your late elementary and middle school. But just really fun, some spooky stuff, some not as spooky. Again, for your dinosaur lovers, we've got, this is actually a chapter book that is nonfiction about dinosaurs. Super cool. We have it about Triceratops. We also have Tyrannosaurus Rex, Raptor, and I think Stegosaurus. People have been asking about a book like this for a while. We finally came out with one. This is Managing Your Money. This talks all about ways that your kiddos can learn how to save and count and use their money wisely. Again, now we're looking at your more middle school to high school age. But it's still fun. It's still silly at the same time. And it reads really interesting, so it's not as boring as, reading like a textbook, which I think is really, really good. We've got some more of these fun pocket books. We have cats and dogs. These just are full of fun facts for your kiddos to carry around. They're $4.99. They're a fun pocket size. Just got lots of fun information. I actually read one of these at a booth recently when I was a little bored, and it was actually pretty fun. We also have a larger size now where we have some that are on cars. If you got a fan of cars in your family. And last but not least, we have this fun weather book. This is the Turn and Learn Weather. This is got a ton of information on different stuff. Let me see if I can actually pull it for you. Turn it this way and it reveals new information to you. Pretty cool. And this is a science book, but again, because it's Usborne, it is just a lot of fun to read. Hope you enjoyed those nonfiction selections.